Hey you guys, welcome to my travel vlog for the Acatenango volcano hike with Ox Expeditions. I am so excited to kind of give you guys a rundown of this trip because it still blows my mind that I even did this. So long story short, I just received this like really big impulse to hike a volcano, and I'm living in Mexico, so Guatemala is really, really close. And I basically booked a flight to Antigua and then found my way over to Ox Expeditions and joined their tour. They have really great packages depending on what you're looking for, so definitely give them a check out. I think after all the research I did, I was really happy that I selected them. So I'm just inserting some clips here. I started off in the morning grabbing myself a coffee. The office for Ox is right downtown, so that's really great. I recommend staying close to the hotel because the pickup is really early. And there wasn't a whole lot open at that time in the morning, so I was grateful that I found a coffee, which is why I was like showing it off there. Definitely make sure that you are well prepared and well packed for your trip. But in case you're not, Ox opens up their doors to you and lets you kind of like shop all their gear. So that was super helpful because I've never, ever done an overnight hike, let alone one on a volcano. So I'm like I was not really prepared. So I'm really grateful that they let us take some extra layers. Also, just based on the altitude and going up that high, things get a lot colder. And I was preparing for a bodybuilding competition, so I was pretty lean and I suffered. I could not keep myself warm. But it is the two volcanoes that I hiked gave a total elevation, I think, or it was like 4,000 meters upwards. So that's, just to give you an idea. So we also get the opportunity to grab some walking poles, which I highly recommend, you guys. That's another reason why I inserted this clip. A lot of people didn't want to take the poles because they didn't want to either pay or they thought they were like a really advanced hiker. But guys, this is not an easy hike. So just getting to the first stop, the farmland, was a huge feat for a lot of people. A lot of people decided not to continue from there. It is a really steep climb, so a lot of people were losing their breath, but we eventually make it to the entrance of the volcano area, and we're trying to get up to base camp, so it was hard. Okay, and like I said, it was getting colder, and then you gotta you carry your own items on your back, or you can hire a Sherpa, which I also recommend doing because I have a really bad back. And there was no way, like I didn't even want to carry my backpack in the airport, like to and from travel, let alone up the volcano. So you guys just hire a Sherpa, employ someone to bring your stuff up for you. It's highly recommended, okay? So then we kind of like get to base camp, and it's really great because it's like starting to get dark out and everyone is exhausted. And if we all kind of just like get to go lay down and take a little break, and we take off for the night hike. And that is insane because like not only can you not see anything, like you can only your headlamp only goes so far, So anyways, it was really, really overcast. We got all the way up to the top of Fuego and you could hear the eruptions, but you couldn't even see anything. So you can see here, like kind of just showing pictures of all the like the way the sky looked. It was like it was kind of sad because like on Instagram, you see all these like crazy eruption videos, but you got to check what season you go in because apparently I went in rainy season, but it was really cheap. So you gotta get what you pay for, Of course, I would love to do that hike again, and I would love to see an eruption. So we get back down. The tour guide prepares the Sherpas, I guess. I'm not sure who started the fire for us all, but we got back down from the hike and we were starving. So they include wine if you want it. Coffee, I think, and then like food, like pasta it was. And just like if you're someone who's new to hiking like me, I didn't realize like how different your digestive system works when you're up there. So I was really lucky that one of the tour guides told me like, hey, like don't eat too much up here. Yeah, like definitely don't eat a lot when you're up at that height. You just don't want to have problems like digesting and you know, yeah, trust me, save your digestion. So then the next morning we wake up super early and we go and do, you know, the second tallest peak. Like I think that one's actually Fuego, I don't know. Anyways, we get to the top. There was just a whole lot of volcano climbing. All I can say is like it just seemed like there was so much climbing. I don't know. I don't know if I would spread that out over 2 days because I don't know if I could handle 2 days of that. And just now that I'm recounting it, I'm like, oh my God, I don't even know how I made it. Like, especially the next morning, they wake you up like so early, you know, it's like a 3 a.m. wake up call. And again, you can't see anything. And you're like slipping on the volcanic gravel type. Like you can't get your footing. I was literally telling myself, okay, one step after the next step, like one step, one more step, like... I've never had an experience like that. I definitely think that was the hardest thing, like at that point in my life, because I did do another volcano hike shortly after this, but this was definitely the hardest thing I've ever had to do to date. So just wanted to share a little bit about that. And I don't have a lot of photos because, to be honest, like I said, it was just a lot of climbing. And then by the time you get anywhere, it's like dark, and then you wake up again and it's dark. So then you're just focused on climbing again or descending. So anyways, all in all, I loved the company. I thought it was great. Definitely make a smart decision. If you want to have clear skies, you might want to check the weather forecast before you book your flights. I did not do that. And if you have a bad back, hire a Sherpa. If you get cold easily, please pack extra layers or make sure you get some from Ox. And pack enough snacks and food. Make sure your headlamp is like one that is like real legit, because this hike takes place mostly in the dark. And if you have any other questions or want to know more about this trip or about my other parts of Guatemala that I visited, let me know and I will make a follow-up video about that as well. Thanks for watching.